Good morning. Welcome to That Simple Life. I'm Donna and I'm so glad you joined me here on my channel where we talk about ways to enjoy a full life in a more simple way. I'd love to have you subscribe. You can hit that subscribe button below. And you can also follow me on Instagram at that.simple.life where I share little tips and tricks throughout the week of ways to enjoy a simple full life. Well, today's theme is to shop your house. Before you whip out your debit card and head to the store, how about shopping your own house to see if you might have just what you need already? We're going to talk about ways to do that. It'll save you time going to the store, money, and clutter. So let's think about plants. Do you ever wish you had another plant? Maybe you've got a little spot in the living room where you just need something green and growing. Well, take a look at the house plants you already have. Do any of them need a haircut? And could you propagate one by cutting off a slip of it and rooting it in water and then planting it in a new pot? I have done quite a bit of that. In fact, I'll show you this little plant here. I got this to go in our bathroom and it's been really happy. I think it likes the humidity. And it has grown this little branch over here that's kind of gotten too large for this space. And I've been thinking about trimming that off and I can make a whole new plant out of it. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll just take my kitchen shears and snip off this branch. And then it's got a little extra leaf here that wouldn't allow it to root down in a container very well. So I'm just going to pull that off. And now it's got a little stem. And I'm going to use this empty salt shaker with water in it to root my plant. And in a few months or weeks, I'll have a new plant to put in a container to put someplace new. I've also rooted several other plants, and let me show you those now. It can be really easy to propagate new plants by taking a cutting and then rooting it in water. This is a little pilea plant that my daughter gave me for Christmas a year and a half ago, and it has grown and it's had babies. And so I'm going to just show you here. There's a little baby right there. That's going to be a whole new plant, and there's another one over here. And so probably a year ago, I cut off two of the babies and put them in water and let them develop roots, and then I planted them. And so this one a year ago was just a tiny little baby, and here I've got another plant, and then I had another one as well that I gave to myself. Here's another way that I shopped my house concerning a plant. I had this little succulent in a container garden that had other plants in it that seemed to need more water than this little guy. So I wanted to take him out and put him in something else. I looked in my china hutch, and here's this little pink depression glass punch cup here. I wasn't using it. It was just tucked away. I wasn't getting to really enjoy it. And this little plant is a happy little camper right here. I keep this on my kitchen windowsill. I can enjoy the beautiful container every day and the plant. I had opportunity to shop my house in another way recently. I wanted to recover the bench of my vintage sewing table. This little sewing table I got at a flea market 10 years ago and refinished and covered the bench with a green fabric, and it served me well, but hey, it's 10 years old and it was looking a little tired. And I thought the bench needed a little extra padding. I thought I'd have to go to Joann's and get padding and fabric, but I thought first, I'm just gonna look in my stash of fabric and see if I might have something. I wasn't very hopeful, but lo and behold, I found a piece of fabric that was perfect. The colors were just perfect for the guest room where this sewing table lives and the bench, and I even had padding already that I could use. So without going to the store, I was able to recover this little sewing bench. It's so cute. It matches the room so sweetly, and I'm loving it. Take a look here. And here's the finished product. My vintage sewing table now has a newly covered sewing bench. It's so cute. Look, you lift it up and it has storage inside. And I just love the way that the brown in the fabric matches the brown in the wood. And these colors are the colors of our guest room. And then to top it off, yesterday my mom decided she really didn't want to keep her original sewing machine. Look at this. This is like a 1960, 61 Singer Manufacturing Company Spartan sewing machine. My mom had this as a newlywed. I learned to sew on this when I was 10 or 12, and guess what? It still works just like a charm. I was also able to shop my house and use my new little vintage sewing machine that you saw in the video to make a craft this week. You might need a card to send to someone, and if you have some blank cards, which you can purchase at a craft shop, then you're just minutes away from having just the right card to send. I had a picture of some of my flowers from my garden a year or so ago, and I'd been wanting to put them on the front of a card. So I used the little vintage sewing machine and sewed around the photo, and then I added some paper cutout photos just for the crowning touch, and added one also to the envelope. And now I have a cute card to send to someone just by shopping my house. Now here's something I've been waiting on for months. The perfect chair-side tables to go beside mine and my husband's recliner in the living room. I found the perfect ones on Wayfair.com, but they have been out of stock since Thanksgiving. So what to do? We really needed little tables to put our coffee, our Bible, our reading glasses, my lip balm, and I don't know when these tables will come back in stock. So I decided to shop my house. Take a look. Okay, this is kind of mine and my husband's little nook where we spend the evenings reading, working on our computers, talking. This is where we drink coffee in the mornings. And we really need some nice chair side tables. And I have some picked out on Wayfair, but they've been out of stock since late November. But I did have this little table that I have been using by my chair. I just love it. It's a little oak table and it's not too big. It's got a narrow foot. If I let him start using that, then I needed something for my chair. And since I'm desperately waiting for the one from Wayfair, and I don't want to choose something I don't like as well that's available elsewhere, I decided to shop the house and find something that would suit. So I had this little crate, and I thought, that's kind of the right size. It's not too wide. It doesn't take up a lot of room, but I knew that the top of it wouldn't suit for books and glasses and lip balm and pens because they would easily fall off or fall through the handle that is cut out in that side. So I shopped the house again, just looking for something that might contain things, and came upon this little vintage tray. It's so cute. Maybe from the 40s or the 50s, I don't know. But it was kind of the perfect size. And so now my pen won't fall off, my lip balm won't roll away, and I've got room for my books and things. And so, hey, I shopped the house and found something that'll work while I patiently wait for Wayfair to get my dream tables in. Another great category that you can shop your house for are containers to use for organizing, especially drawer organizers. Do you have an iPhone box in a drawer tucked away that you don't need? Those little boxes are so sturdy and perfect for drawer organizers. You can use the top and the bottom, and they are just the sturdiest little containers. I also have an iPad box that the top and the bottom just make great drawer organizers. Also, in your craft closet, you can make your own organizers. How about taking a clean vegetable can, spray painting it if you like, or just cover the whole thing with fabric. Mine is spray painted, and then I have a burlap strip around it, some ribbon, a little paper cutout, a button, and it's the perfect little container for storing my colored pencils in. And here's another example of a little storage container I was able to make at home just using things I already have.
March 2020. Remember what we were all doing then? Yep, we were on lockdown. And I was in the middle of a subscription to chat books, and I really enjoyed making these little photo albums, one for each month for the year of 2020. And I wanted something just the right size, just the right look for them to be stored in so that they weren't just on a bookcase, on a bookshelf. We could get them out and actually look at them. And I was wishing for a little basket, and I wondered if there was any way I could make one. We were in lockdown, and I decided to shop the house and see what I could come up with. Well, I found an empty stationery box that was just the right size. I also had some nautical rope, and friends, I was able to make myself a little storage basket for all of my chat books just here at home without spending a dime. So I just used hot glue to glue this rope around. I brought it up over the top of the edge of the box. And then I thought, well, the inside of the box didn't look very nice. I needed to line it somehow. So I used an old dictionary that I use for crafting and cut out pages that were the right size and glued them in to make a little lining. And I have enjoyed this little homemade basket box so much.
I especially like to shop my house when I want to change up my decor, maybe a new mantelscape above the fireplace or new decor for each season. Shopping your house will save you time and money and save you from buying more dust collectors. I especially like to decorate the mantle above our fireplace for each season, and it's just easy to go to my china hutch, my extra decor that I keep in a vintage suitcase, look around the other rooms of my house, what might be in these other rooms that I could gather together that are a similar color scheme, but maybe different textures and shapes and height to put together a cute little mantelscape. And it's really fun to refresh the house just by rearranging some of the things you already have. Take a look at these mantelscapes that I've put together for the seasons. Another important way that you can shop your house is to do this before you go to the grocery store. Shop your pantry, your freezer, your fridge. What food do you have in there that you've had maybe for months? Meat in the freezer, some greens in your refrigerator, or what about those cake mixes and pasta in your pantry? Can you use those in the week ahead to make some meals? It'll save you some money at the grocery store. It might even save you from going to the grocery store quite as often. So before you get groceries, always shop your pantry, fridge, and freezer to see what you already have. Well, friends, that's what I have for you today, but here's my question for you. You can help the rest of us by sharing in the comments below ways that you have shopped your house. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I would love to have you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you'll get reminded on Thursdays when I upload a new video. And I would love to have you give this video a big thumbs up so other people can find my channel. Thank you for joining me. I wish you a very good week ahead, and may the Lord bless you and keep you and make his face shine upon you today. Have a great week. Goodbye.